Good evening, everyone. The regular season is winding down. Tonight gave us perfect weather for week number 9 in high school football. Welcome to the Friday Football Frenzy.
Major questions answered tonight. We'll have those answers to questions like, could Wyoming remain unbeaten? Which Southern Buckeye Conference team could seize the lead in the American Division? And which Northern Kentucky team would remain unbeaten? Ryle or Simon Kenton?
Can we start in Union, Kentucky? The Raiders ranked 3rd in the state. Simon Kenton, number 2. Ryle is up 8-6 late in the first quarter when Tanner Morgan connects with Bryce Ashley from 22 yards away, and Ryle led it 15-6 after 1 quarter of play. Boy, a big crowd out there. You knew this one would be close. Simon Kenton strikes it big here, and I mean big. Wow. Cam Rapke to Luke Vance. This play covers 96 yards. Then they get the 2-point conversion to boot, and Ryle led it 15-14 at the half. Raiders are tough to stop. They had a third quarter field goal, then a 67-yard drive. Jacob Chisholm goes the final yard. It's 25-14. Christian Seeger kicked a 28-yard field goal for the Pioneers after a drive stalled. So Ryle led 25-17 going to the final quarter. And this is where the Raiders defense came up big. Cam Rapke was chased around, pushed down, and wow, he saw the turf a lot in the second half. Simon Kenton drew to within a touchdown, but this interception by Zach Radulewski sealed the deal for the Raiders. Battle of Unbeatens. Ryle wins it 32-25.
You think about it, with our last 2 weeks we've been behind the second half, and I think that actually has helped us a lot. And that, and it makes a difference when you've played a couple of close games, and I know their last couple of games hadn't really been that close, and I think it really does make a difference. And this will pay off for them down the road, and it will definitely pay off for us.
The GMC tonight, Coleraine won again. The Cardinals remain unbeaten after a 31-0 win over Lakota West.
Yeah, the real race in the Greater Miami Conference is the battle for second place. 5 teams were tied going into tonight, including Fairfield and Lakota East. Guess who played each other tonight? Guess where our Keenan Singleton was tonight?
With a playoff berth on the line, Fairfield didn't exactly come out with the fire that head coach Jason Krause desired. But luckily for the Indians, they had 9, that's Chico Robinson, on their side. Lakota East and Fairfield both in that 5-way tie for second place in the GMC. Lakota East with the early lead, 3-0, when Dylan Fry, their quarterback, is pushed out of bounds at the 25. Then Fry hands it off to his teammate Tyler Glenn. 10-0 Thunderhawks early in the second. But then it was Chico Robinson time. Like I said, 9 was on their side. Takes the slant route 65 yards. 21-13 Fairfield. More Chico. This time on the fly sweep. The kid's so fast, no one's going to touch him, even with the angle. 28-13 Fairfield on homecoming.
I have been caught from behind, actually. Against Mason, I did. But to be honest, I had a bad ankle before the beginning of the game, but I don't plan on getting caught ever again.
Fairfield entered tonight's game holding on to that final number 8 spot in the weekly computer rankings. With a win next week against rival Hamilton, Fairfield should be in the postseason picture. Reporting here at Fairfield Stadium, I'm Keenan Singleton, 9 on your side.
Let's keep it in that conference. Thank you, Keenan. Off we go to Mason as the Comets took the field against Princeton on this Friday night. The Comets, looking for a bounce-back win after losing to Lakota East last week, relied on Cameron Buford. 7-0 Comets after that. And then it's Michael Kopogorodsky weaving his way through the Vikings defense. He takes it 40 yards, and that's another Mason touchdown. 14-0 Comets. The Vikings had a lot of trouble handling that Mason defense. This is Alex King coming up with a big sack right before halftime. And with a 28-7 win, Mason remains in the race for second place in the GMC. Mason finishes up next week against Sycamore. Now the race for the top spot in the GCL South took the night off. All 3 contenders had out-of-conference games this week. Conference leader LaSalle beat North Clarkston 31-13. Elder beat the International School of Broward County, that's in Florida, 34-0. And St. X plays Cleveland St. Ignatius tomorrow afternoon at Balaban Field. And also tomorrow, Moeller has a game against Cleveland St. Ed's. That's at Loveland.
Okay, to the Eastern Cincinnati Conference, Ramsey Fulbright was at Kings tonight. The Knights taking on Loveland. Third quarter, Kings ahead 14-7. That's when Tyler Neck went deep for Clay Spivey. Knights surged ahead by 2 touchdowns. Some insurance comes later in that third. 4th and goal for the 4. Neck takes it in himself. 28-7 Kings with a sizable lead. But in the span of 2 plays, Loveland hurried the ball down the field for a score. It helped that Luke Waddell went 42 of those yards all the way down to the 3-yard line. He's really a good player. And while Waddell was catching his breath, the Tigers gave it to Zion Wynn for the touchdown. Kings lead still 2 touchdowns, and Kings went on to win it 35-14.
They can all console themselves at Paxman tonight. The frenzy was at Norwood. The Indians 7-1 and just a game behind New Richmond in the Southern Buckeye Conference American Division. Here's Western Browns. Seth Becker picked off by Norwood's Torrin Brown, and then the Indians' Matt Goodman gives it to Elijah Harris. Gets it close. Just when it appeared that Harris would score, he fumbled the ball. Broncos recovered, but here now in the 4th quarter, Goodman with the toss to Jihad Key as Norwood goes to 8-1, 3-0 in the SBC American. 42-18 was the final. Coming up, would Wyoming remain unbeaten? We'll have the answer to that in a moment.